This is my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube name. Welcome back to another video. I'm gonna do my WWE Classic Castle preview and predictions for tomorrow, and I will talk about what happened on SmackDown tonight. Sorry it took so long, but maybe I'll make this like an hour. I'll make the video like an hour long. My video was sponsored by my favorite podcasters in wrestling, Salamotter, Fightful Pro Wrestling, JD from New York, the Joe Cronin, the Joe Cronin Show, the Wrestling Inc. I got more on the way, so hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe my channel, enjoy this video. Now, we are going to talk about SmackDown first, and then we'll talk about the Clash in the Castle predictions. There's only 5 matches on the card. I'll let they add a match on the pre-show, I'm not sure. Now, tonight we do have a TNA pay-per-view that was also talked about. Not sure if I can find it on here. We have the TNA Against All Odds. That pay-per-view is on tonight. It's actually gonna be off. It's gonna be, I think it's over by now. Goes off at 11. We know Jeff Hardy facing somebody. Is it? Alright. So let me get into SmackDown. This is Solomon sound off. It's a Scottish invasion on the laptop. AJ Styles and Cody will prepare for the I Quit match. Kevin Owens battles Solo Sikoa in the main event. Solo Sikoa finally won a singles match. His first singles match since Crown John Cena. That was back in November. We're in June. Crazy how long that's been. Nia Jax beat Michin or Miriam. She squashed her in like 3 minutes. Naomi beat Chelsea Green. That was the opening match on SmackDown. We had DIY on the Grayson Waller effect. They're teasing something on Austin Theory. I don't know what it is.
The show tonight because this was the go-home show to Clash at the Castle tomorrow. We got an awesome crowd in Glasgow. I only wish I could say the same about this SmackDown tonight, which unfortunately I cannot. But at least we had a great crowd. Very, very lively crowd. Always lively overseas. It's very apparent to me that when they go to these places, we saw it in France, we saw it in Cardiff, for the last Clash at the Castle. These people appreciate WWE anytime they come in a way that we just don't. And that's why we end up with the crowds that we do. What? 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 I'll take a gazillion soccer chants like the ones we got tonight over that bullshit. So, thumbs up, stop. Let me give a thumbs up for me. There were only a handful of segments on the show that would tie into any of the matches taking place tomorrow. So we had a bunch of segments involving people who were not even on the card. And the segments that they did have were few and far between. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles had one last face-off before their I Quit match. And that was the best of the bunch. That was the best segment on the entire show. Outside of that, and there was a very brief interview with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn ahead of their women's tag team title match tomorrow. And some very limited stuff involving Bayley and Piper Niven, and that's it. That is it. So not a whole lot to really hang your hat on as far as that goes. This is says paint by numbers a SmackDown episode as you are going to get.
And this SmackDown tonight was pre-taped. It was pre-taped because they're in Scotland, and put they put pre-taped because they had a I think they did have a kickoff to hype up the pay-per-view earlier this morning. Now we know on the East Coast the pay-per-view is gonna be 2 o'clock. The West Coast is gonna start at 11 o'clock.
There really isn't much else to say about
But in Scotland, the pay-per-view will start at 7 o'clock.
that. It ended with Solo Sikoa going over on Kevin Owens in the main event. And we did get the return of Randy Orton coming to the aid of his good friend who traveled 30 hours to and from to get there and back to Saudi Arabia just to do a run-in. So Orton decided to pay the favor back, and he flew all the way over to Scotland, even though he is not in a match this weekend. But he did so to make the save for his good friend Kevin Owens. But Solo Sikoa goes over, and it's very clear that they are trying to keep Solo as strong as they possibly can. They're trying to give him some wins, big wins, heading into the Money in the Bank show, SummerSlam coming up, but it's becoming a little clearer to me now the direction the WWE may be going in when it comes to Cody Rhodes and the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. And I hope like hell that I'm wrong. The way things stand right now, it sure feels to me like they're positioning Solo Sikoa. They're getting him primed and ready for a WWE title match with Cody Rhodes. And it's not a matter of, is that the only match that they can do? It isn't. You've got Randy Orton right there. I can see what they're doing with the bloodline, but the idea of doing Cody and Solo as a title match at SummerSlam, that's not it. It's not. That's not the match that I want to see. But it may be the match that we end up getting, if I'm right.
Unless we get The Rock or something. I don't know when The Rock and when they come back. They have to come back going into Money in the Bank, going into SummerSlam. Otherwise, what the hell are we doing with the Bloodline story? Are we gonna get new members? Hopefully next week. Because we can't. It's rinse and repeat like every single week. We can't be seeing the same old shit with the Bloodline, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. Something has to change. There has to be a new chapter in this storyline. There is absolutely no excuse. So we have to do something to hype people up. I don't know if The Rock gonna show up. I heard that The Rock was injured while he was shooting that movie. So maybe he's all recovered. Hopefully maybe not that bad. Hopefully he comes to TV. We need to get Roman Reigns back. Every week the crowd is chanting "We want Roman." Every time one Solo and the Bloodline's out there, the crowd chanting "We want Roman." When's he coming back? When is Jimmy coming back? He pronounced since April. Now they said that Jimmy was dealing with a knee injury, and Jimmy's out because he sold the attack from Solo and Tama. So when is he coming back? And when is Jay gonna get back in his storyline? Cause Jay, he's gonna be Money in the Bank, but he'll lose. Then what? Is he come back with the Bloodline?
This is the direction they seem to be heading. That may be it. And to me, that's nothing to get overly excited about. This is your Friday night SmackDown review for June 14, 2024. I am Solomonster. Like and subscribe. And if you want to drop a super chat, you are certainly welcome to do so. We've already had a few people do that, and I thank you, as always, for the support. As we wrap up another great week here on the channel, let's show strong shout out. Defending it against Piper. She stopped as she came out. Yeah, they should be going nuts for her. Even though she's a heel.
I can skip some of this.
Follow later in the show. So we got a new match set for later on tonight. We have the Grayson Waller effect with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Gargano and Ciampa came out. First thing that Gargano did when he got in the ring was he started to destroy the signage that was in the ring. Ciampa took one of the chairs and threw it out on the floor. Ciampa told Waller that he doesn't play games. He asked Waller if Austin Theory was his secretary. Theory was Waller said the show was created before his team, the Fury, was created. And then he said he would take the bullet. He would take a bullet for Austin Theory. So Gargano thought that was an interesting comment, and he set up some footage from last week when Waller did the exact opposite of taking a bullet for Austin Theory. He actually pulled Theory in harm's way on a Gargano dive to the outside. So Waller claimed that it wasn't even real. He said that it was AI. It's kind of an amusing line. Look at Rich over here dropping all this money. Hey, I just want you to know. I don't mean the rock, a rock, you rock. And I just wanted you to know. And Gargano basically showed us evidence that said he would do the exact opposite. Waller said that that was actually AI footage. He noted how Gargano conveniently in the footage that he showed did not show him losing to Grayson Waller on last week's show. Ciampa noted that the Scotland crowd were at the show to see a fight. And not only were these fans here in Scotland here to see a fight, they were here to see a tag team championship match, which of course everybody cheered for. Waller said they would not defend their titles in a place like Glasgow. And Gargano said that DIY is still going to be coming for those championships, and everyone is sick of hearing from Waller, so he decided to turn his attention to Austin Theory. Gargano said that he goes way back with Theory, of course, from their days together in NXT. He said he's proud of what Theory has done on his own. He said that somebody needs to tell him that Waller is just using him, and Theory doesn't need him. So Waller could see this was going down a bad road, so he immediately responded by attacking Gargano. When Gargano tried to come back with a super kick, Theory elbowed Waller out of the way, and he took the bullet for his tag team partner. This is not a case where he got pulled into the way. If you go back and watch it, he shoved Waller out of the way, and he took the super kick himself. And then after that, he ate a running knee strike from Tommaso Ciampa when Waller moved out of the way. So Gargano and Ciampa then posed with the tag team belts inside the ring to close out the segment. I'll tell you what, though, based on the reaction here, and obviously, where they were, you had a raucous crowd throughout the entire show. But certainly in front of these, this was the most over that Gargano and Ciampa have come across on the main roster since they debuted up here. So they came across as stars here in this segment, at least to these people. The tease of a split continues between the tag team champions. They are clearly teasing that these two men everything is going to come to a head. And eventually Theory is going to see the light, and he is realize this man is using them. And they're going to go their separate ways. And thus, Austin Theory may be going babyface. I think that's a mistake. I thought that putting him with Waller, they turned into an interesting team. They had some chemistry. They had some. Waller's got a lot of charisma. He's got more charisma than Theory does. And I thought it was good for Theory, or in theory, it would be good for Theory. There's been no indication for me that his character has evolved in such a way that turning him babyface is going to do him any good. Unless the plan is to reunite the way, which I don't think it is. Candice and Indy would be a part of that. Their deals also right now. They're on the other show, right? Aren't they on Raw? So I don't know if that's where they're headed with this, but if it was, that's not an answer. Because it's a dead end comedy thing. This is a guy that they saw nothing to put him in a match at WrestleMania last year with John Cena. Now we know they didn't follow up on it. They did shit after that. It was a complete waste. But still, they thought enough of him to put him in a match and have him go over on John Cena at WrestleMania. But you should not be wasting those spots. You don't know how many more WrestleMania matches that guy has. So putting him in some kind of comedy gimmick is not the answer. Turning him babyface again, I don't see the vision there. I don't think that he's ready for that right now. But it seems to me like that's the direction they're headed in, and I just don't know that that's going to elevate him any higher up on the target field right now. Now, after a break, this right here was quite the segment. Candice and Indy are on SmackDown. They got traded, that's right. forgot about that. Did they get traded? Why do I think they were still on Raw? Weren't they on Raw recently? After a break, we got quite the segment with this back. Gargano and Ciampa, after standing tall over these two men, have been licking their wounds in the back. So we see Waller and Theory walking down a hallway, and Theory is still holding his jaw, he's rubbing his jaw. And Waller is trying to convince him that DIY, they're not good guys, they can't listen to them. As they're approaching this room, Bayley and Naomi walk out of the room that they ultimately end up walking into. So now the scene continues. It picks up with Bayley and Naomi. I like that little transition. So now Bayley and Naomi are walking down the hallway, and we got some more glitches, and we got another QR code with the same countdown clock that the QR code on Raw Monday night took us to. This video is not the exact video they showed on the show today. This is the video that it takes you to. This is a countdown that's still ongoing, and the text on the screen is the same as the text that you see here on your screen right now. You refuse salvation. The reckoning is inevitable. And this clock here is counting down. We are now T-minus 72 hours away from whatever is going to happen. It is going to go down on Raw this Monday. The new Wyatt crew, Uncle Howdy and friends, are going to be on Raw Monday night. I have to think that this is where they debut. Obviously, something is going to happen. I don't know for sure if they're going to actually all be making an appearance. If only Howdy is going to be making an appearance. Is Alexa Bliss going to end up being part of this? It sounds like she's not going to be. I think they've gone a little too long with this, and it's about time that somebody shows up on it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be going down on Raw this Monday night. But that is not the only thing that was happening. So we get the text, and we get the countdown clock, and again, it was intermittent and then disappeared. As Bayley and Naomi turn the corner of the hallway, Chelsea Green realized, oh shit, I'm not supposed to be on camera. And she tried to hide herself, and she scurried away off screen so we couldn't see her. That was oopsie number one. Oopsie number two came about 5 seconds later when we could clearly, in the background, right behind where they were, we could see Daivari leading Piper Niven in. Then the camera quickly pans over to the left so we don't see them. Because they were supposed to be part of the segment, but we're not supposed to see them yet. So the camera pans over, and now we have a conversation that's ongoing between Bayley and Naomi. And Blair Davenport is there. Someone else they flew in for no good reason. Maybe she had a dark match, I don't know. But Blair Davenport is standing there talking to Bayley and Naomi, and she's mocking Naomi, and then she just walks off. And that's the end of Blair Davenport. So now we settle into a conversation with Bayley and Naomi. Bayley is thanking her for having her back the past 3 months. Naomi said, give me a hug. And they hug. Now, Chelsea Green comes in. There she is. Now Chelsea Green is actually supposed to be on screen. So there's Chelsea. And I want you to note, if you watch this segment, and if you missed it, you can watch it back, just this part. When Chelsea comes in to interrupt them and they focus on Chelsea, Naomi, they stop hugging, but Naomi's got her hand on that window, held it over Bayley and said before we went to commercial. Later on, a few minutes later, Angel and Humberto, they come running back down. And Corbin again, because Corbin stayed out there. Corbin again beats them up and works them over. While that's happening, though, Alexa Lopez climbs up on the apron when Apollo Crews is on the top rope, and she shoves him off. But he lands on his feet, so he doesn't get hurt. But now he's going to get hurt. He's got his back turned. Escobar sees this. He's down on the mat. He reaches up, grabs the tights, pulls it backwards, and gets a roll up deep. And he gets the 3 count, and he picks up the cheap one. I honestly didn't expect much from this match, not because these two aren't talented, they're uber talented, but Apollo Crews is not somebody who gets a lot of television time to begin with, and is not someone who has been a focused part of the show.
He hadn't been Cruz has not been he hasn't been focused on since the pandemic when he was in the mid card. When he was the US champion, how many times did he wrestle the Hurt Business? Then he was on SmackDown, he was the IC champion. How many times did he wrestle Big E and Kevin Owens? And I thought that was interesting. He was actually interesting when he had Commander Aziz, but he's not there anymore.
In a very long time, really, since he was the Intercontinental Champion. When was that? That was 2020.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that was when he was doing the Nigerian Prince gimmick and he had the title, and they haven't done shit with him since then. Why should we care? Right? Give me a reason to care. They haven't done it. But these guys had got a few minutes and they went out there. And Cruz got more offense than I would have expected. So I thought the match itself was solid. And it looks like we may have a little alliance here.
Been champion. He's been in the mid card.
And I'll tell you why this is
He's
funny.
been in the mid card.
If you were a fan of the NXT Black and Gold era, you probably know where I'm going. Cruz was the one who Corbin was in the ring with at one of those takeover shows. Might have been Brooklyn. First Brooklyn one. I don't remember exactly which one, but it was Baron Corbin against Apollo Crews the night that Corbin shouted during the match, "Go back to Ring of Honor," even though Apollo had never been in Ring of Honor. That's what made it so funny. That's what made the joke work. But that's who he was in the ring with. And now it looks like we may be getting an alliance.
I do not mind.
So I guess we'll see.
Right?
Corbin goes from Braun Breaker to Apollo. They made these people one
match went 10 minutes.
They made Corbin and Cruz.
The match went 10 minutes.
Angel and Humberto next week.
And that really wasn't a good match. It went 10 minutes.
But it's more than what they've
Cody
been doing
Rhodes
with Apollo Crews for a long time. So I can't really call it a push, but at least they're doing something. Something is better than nothing. Next up was the highlight of the night. Next up was the undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, coming out to the ring to a huge reaction here in Scotland. He said a few weeks ago he actually thought that AJ Styles would retire. I don't know that I would be admitting that if I were him, because it made him look like a fucking idiot, but he thought he was going to retire. He said, "You never want to be that guy. You never want to be that guy who overstays his welcome, that guy who just needs one more match, one more run." Unfortunately, AJ, and he looked into the camera and he said, "You're starting to look like that guy." AJ Styles, though, has been given the impossible task of making him say the words, and he stopped short of saying, "I quit." Never actually said the words, but that brought out AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl. So they were trying to overwhelm him, and they were out there having fun. Cody Rhodes gets over. Cody said, "You're right. I made some big decisions in my career. I walked away from WWE. I walked away from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I walked away from Ring of Honor. My buddies and I, we started somewhere else, and I walked away from there too." Said he's always walked away to chase something greater. He did not quit. There's quite a bit of shade there. He did not quit. He bet on himself. He said he gambled on himself, and he was right. If he had quit, he would not be standing here holding the most important title in. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but I will have no problem making him swallow that pill and say the words, "I quit." AJ said he can't quit being 2 or 3 lines of what he said here. But ultimately, he said that what he's done, he knows it's not going to be easy tomorrow. He says he saw Cody wrestle inside Hell in a Cell against Seth Rollins with a torn pec, and he didn't quit. But he's not going to be in the ring with Seth Rollins. He's going to be in the ring with AJ Styles, and he is going to do whatever it takes to get that WWE champion. If the crowd was like this for a promo segment on SmackDown, imagine what it will be like tomorrow for Clash at the Castle. Remember in Lyon, France, when AJ was in the ring. They were getting ready to do the ring intros, and the camera was literally shaking, the hard cam. I think we're in for another day like that tomorrow. This is what SmackDown was like. Because, yeah, he didn't, quit. But it fed perfectly into the point that he was attempting. There's soccer chants, I was assuming there's soccer chants. Thought this was very good. And in the back, the Street Profits and BFAB were interviewed. And again, another week, no Bobby Lashley. There's been no mention of him. I've seen no updates online about him. I'm hoping that whatever it is not anything serious. But the fact that we have not seen him, he just up and vanished for what feels like over a month now, is not a good sign. They were in the back. Out of nowhere, the Bloodline attacked the Street Profits. Kevin Owens ran into the camera frame to try to assist, but he got held back. While all of this carnage was going on, Solo Sikoa very casually just goes strolling by the shot. Hey, Uthman, thank you for the $15 super chat. Uthman Entertainment, thank you, sir. Thank you. We had Nia Jax against Michi. We have Tiffany Stratton on commentary talking about wanting to align herself with the Queen. Has anybody fallen as far and as fast in a short period of time as Tiffany Stratton? What the fuck are they doing with this woman? Other, I assume, than just killing time until we get some money in the bank. But holy shit. I mean, really, since WrestleMania, what have they been doing? Or at least since Backlash, what have they been doing with this one?
Because that time you see,
Talk about cooling somebody down. Michin went for a suicide dive early before Nia even got into the ring, but Nia was still far enough away that she barely caught her. I mean, this did not look good. She attempted to dive onto her. It didn't quite work out. So Jax was in trouble early. Tiffany got up from the announce desk to confront Michin on the outside. The camera that just so happened to be following him as he is coming into his home. I mean, he's still outside the home, but there's like a gate. And of course, why would a camera be following him at that point? Well, let's suspend our disbelief. So his security guy lets him in, and he sees that in his pool is LA Knight. LA Knight is on a floaty in his pool, enjoying himself. Logan Paul can't believe this. So Knight stands up, dries himself off, and tells Logan, look, I gotta go. I will see you in Chicago next week. And off he goes. And then we hear him as he's walking away. He says, bring that U.S. title with you. Yeah. Sorry, we had Carmelo Hayes back live in the crowd with a microphone saying that LA Knight flew all the way to Puerto Rico just to confront Logan Paul. Told LA Knight he thought he cooked, but it was medium rare. And that's the difference between them, is that he doesn't have to chase opportunities because opportunities chase him. Melo said that he would qualify for Money in the Bank next week and he would get one step closer to being Mello in the Bank. Didn't we have Carmella calling herself Mella in the Bank? Now we're doing Mello in the Bank. Are we this devoid of creativity? We're just recycling shit now? By the way, there's something about these Carmelo Hayes promos. Like, I don't know, I'm watching this one and
yeah,
I don't know. It's different than when he was in NXT. I don't know if it's just he's a little nervous or what it is. I don't know. He feels off. Backstage, the Bloodline was informed by Nick Aldis that due to their attack early, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa are banned from ringside for the main event. And if they show up, all of the Bloodline will be suspended. Paul Heyman told Solo, look, you're risking losing your leadership position if you fail to win this match tonight against Kevin Owens. And Solo snaps back at him and says, if I don't win, I'm coming after you. So you can imagine the look on Paul Heyman's face. Jackie Redmond in the arena interviewed Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, one of the teams in the triple threat tomorrow for the women's tag titles. Interviewed them right in the aisleway. And she asked them about their match tomorrow. Alba said that tomorrow they will make history in Scotland. Isla said that tomorrow they will be the new tag team champions. And that was it. There's your segment. Thanks for coming. Just to get them on the show. You know, you want to get all the Scots on the show, except Drew. Drew McIntyre is not a SmackDown guy, so he wasn't on the show. Piper Niven was, and Alba and Isla, but that's literally all they had to say. So now we get to the main event. I'm telling you, man, we're blowing through this show. When I say this is a nothing episode of SmackDown, this was a nothing episode of SmackDown.
Exactly.
Kevin Owens out with his Scotland 316 t-shirt, his Stone Cold t-shirt, and has the Austin skull on the back. Taking on Solo Sikoa with Paul Heyman, but no Tama Tonga and no Tonga Loa. Owens started the fight as soon as he got into the ring. Both men are throwing bombs. Things spilled out to the floor early. Owens connected on a big lariat on the floor and then hit a splash off the apron. That took us into the commercial break. The show came back with Solo in control, and he landed a hip attack on Owens in the corner. Heyman then looked concerned on the outside. Solo went for another one, but Owens moved with DDT. After they got back to their feet, Owens stomped a mud hole and then went up top. Sikoa though cut him off. Owens hit a tornado DDT out of the cup. He then went for a super kick. Solo caught him and hit a Samoan drop. Solo set up for a spinning solo, but they traded super kicks until Owens hit a cannonball. Owens went to the top rope. He connected on a swanton bomb for 2. After one last commercial break, Solo is now trying for a superplex. Owens, though, blocked it, and then from there he hit a frog splash for a good near fall. Owens tried for a stunner. Solo countered into a spinning solo. Owens kicked out. So Solo went for another one and hit it. And again, Owens kicked out. Solo then ran into a super kick. Owens went to the top for a swanton. Sikoa countered by getting the knees up, though, on the way down. Owens dodged a Samoan spike and did finally hit the stunner. He had this man dead to right. He covers him. Paul Heyman, though, has a moment of clarity because he realizes what Solo said to him earlier, that either I win this match, I'm coming after you. And so Paul Heyman, seeing his life flashing before his eyes, reaches up and places Solo's foot on the bottom rope for the rope break and saves his man. Owens rolls outside. Now remember, Owens was being courted by Heyman effectively a few weeks ago. Heyman was trying to plead with him and be his friend and try to talk some sense into him. And Owens wasn't buying what he was selling. You know, oh, you want to help me, Owens, right? I'm supposed to believe. But he doesn't know what we know, which is that Solo threatened him. So Owens goes over to him, probably thinking, I knew this guy was full of shit. Heyman is begging off, telling him, I had no choice. Owens doesn't want to hear it. He clears off the announce desk like he's going to put this guy through the tape. But before he has a chance to do so, Solo Sikoa shows up. It's a Samoan spike. He rolls Owens back in the ring, hits another spike, and then he pins Kevin Owens. After the match, the rest of the bloodline run out. They beat the hell out of Kevin Owens until Randy Orton shows up, and everybody loses their mind. Randy starts jogging down to the ring. But just as Owens flew all the way to Saudi Arabia, Owens has to pay it back by flying all the way to Scotland, even though he has no match. He beats up Tonga Loa. He gets into the ring. He gives Solo the draping DDT. Now he's setting up for the RKO. As he's setting up for it, Tonga Loa comes back into the ring. Oh, I should mention also, there was a spot on the outside where Owens gave Tama Tonga a back suplex. He told all the fans in the front row, move. And he just hoisted him way up in the air and just dropped him straight down on the top padding on the barricade, and then Tama just fell over into the ground. So that's where Tama Tonga was. But as he's setting up for an RKO to Solo, here comes Tonga Loa back in, and he drops Tonga Loa with an RKO, which allows Solo Sikoa to scurry out of the ring. And the show ended with the bloodline standing in the aisleway, Owens and Orton in the ring hug. cheering and everybody is happy, and that is how they go on. Kevin Owens is trying his damnedest to get this over as best he can. This is not the first time that he has lied down and did the job for the bloodline in the last couple of months. So he's doing whatever is asked of him. He's going out there and, having good matches and getting spiked in the throat a lot and eating a lot of pain. But he's doing what he can. It's really Paul Heyman's reactions, though, that are carrying this thing for me. Some people may be enjoying this new bloodline stuff more than I am. Not that I hate it, it's just that I'm not getting out of it what I used to with the bloodline. And I, like WWE, am waiting for the return of Roman Reigns. Because that's really what anyone's waiting for at this point. You got the crowds every week chanting, "We want Roman." And Heyman's reactions are great when they chant that. He's got tears in his eyes. It's fantastic. But we're just kind of stuck in neutral right now. And what they've been trying to do is get over the killer instinct of Solo Sikoa and really show a more violent, nastier side. And they've done that, and they've been doing that. But at some point, you've got to move on to whatever is next. And I fear that what may be next is Solo Sikoa and Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Now, I would rather that be planned for Money in the Bank. If you're going to do Cody and Solo, do it at Money in the Bank. Maybe they're not going to, try to do a third match with Cody and AJ Styles, which I don't think they can if he beats him this weekend. So maybe do that at Money in the Bank. I just don't want to see that at SummerSlam if that's the plan. I'd much rather see Cody and Randy Orton.
Yeah, me too.
And start that story. I don't know that they're going to. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens have been awfully chummy lately.
Yeah.
Which, as a WWE fan, has me thinking that between now and SummerSlam, something may happen where we end up with Randy Orton against Kevin Owens. Maybe that's the SummerSlam match. And that, to me, then would even lead more in the direction of getting Cody and Solo. I have no interest in that. I just don't. I have no interest in seeing that as a big title match at SummerSlam. You want to do it at Money in the Bank? You want to do it on an episode of SmackDown? Be my guest.
Yeah, because that's going to be the other problem. Once Cody beats AJ Styles again, the feud's over. We're going to move on to something else. Now, who else on this show? Randy Orton should be at SummerSlam. The Rock, if he comes back, but if he's not coming back, then it should be Randy Orton. Kevin Owens, that's not really a SummerSlam match, especially when they're both faces. So we do have a major problem now. Who is Cody Rhodes going to defend it at Money Bank? Seriously, Money Bank and SummerSlam are your two big pay-per-views. So who the fuck are you going to defend it again?
SummerSlam, you got to come up with something bigger and better.
How will I beat him? How will I beat you tonight?
It's not big.
Didn't you already get an opportunity if you
They may try to tie it into the bloodline story. Maybe Roman Reigns makes his big return at SummerSlam. Right? It makes it all worthwhile. I'm just saying as a match, not knowing what the story coming out of the match may be. But as far as a match itself and promoting that as the big match for SummerSlam, that to me would be a big disappointment. So hopefully they've got something a little bit better planned, or just do it at Money. But if you didn't see SmackDown, definitely check out the Cody and AJ thing. I think you'll enjoy that segment. I did. The rest of this, don't even bother. Don't even bother.
Yeah.
It's really not worth your time. Now, let's talk Clash at the Castle for tomorrow, because we do have the PLE. It has a 2 p.m. Eastern start time. There is a 2-hour pre-show, so technically it's 12 start time, but really it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to run through the card here with my predictions. You guys can chime in as well in the chat. Let me know what you think. Who are you predicting? Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defend the women's tag team titles against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Bianca and Jade are going to retain. We have Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental title against Chad Gable. This is one of the more unpredictable, really this and the main event are the two unpredictable matches on this show. This could go either way. I could see them doing a title change finally, and God knows that they've teased it so many times and he's eaten so many losses. It's time for Chad Gable to win that Intercontinental title. I still feel like it's not going to happen, and I'm okay with pushing it back until Money in the Bank. just to get that extra heat to doing it in Canada. I would save it if we can for Money in the Bank, but he's got to get the win here, because if he doesn't, I mean, at that point, how does he get to another title match if he can't win the match? How does he get another shot? Well, if he wins the match by DQ because he pushes Otis one step too far, and Otis finally snaps and he puts his hands on Chad Gable and gets him, Sammy that is, swallowed. Gable wins the match, but not the title. People in Scotland at least get to see Otis have his moment by either, hitting Gable or shoving him on his ass, whatever it is. But that gives him a reason to ask for one more match, and that's what he gets at Money in the Bank. So that's what I'm going with here. But truly, this match could go either way, and I'm fine with that. I would love it if Gable won the Intercontinental Championship tomorrow. If you've waited this long, you're going to be in Canada in 3 weeks. I'm just saying, why not put it off just a little bit longer? Bayley defends the WWE Women's Championship against Piper Niven. Bayley is going to retain the title. She is not getting that belt before she wrestles Nia Jax at SummerSlam. That's just not going to happen. Cody Rhodes defends the WWE title. I Quit match against AJ Styles. Would I mind if AJ Styles were to win the title for 3 weeks and drop it back to Cody? No, I wouldn't mind that. Do I think it's going to happen? Yeah. No, I don't. Because I just cannot envision Cody Rhodes. He's not saying the words I quit, which means they either have to do some kind of fuckery in the end like they did with Mankind and Rock all those years ago, or they do what they did in the last I Quit match. It's been almost 2 years since we've had an I Quit match in WWE. It was between Finn Balor and Edge. The only reason Edge said I quit is to save his wife. Now, I think Mama Rhodes may be in Scotland. I don't know that for sure, but I saw some people mentioning Mama Rhodes. And if she is in Scotland, she may well factor into this finish, but they did that same finish already in the last I Quit match they did. I just can't see them running the same finish back twice in a row, even though it's been 2 years. You're going to do the same exact kind of finish in this I Quit match that you did in your last one? You're going to threaten to beat up Mama Rhodes and Cody's going to quit to save his mom? It's fucking lame. So I just don't see any way around it. Once they added the stipulation, I think it doomed AJ Styles. I just don't see a way around it. So I think Cody is going to retain. And then we have our main event. This right here is the main event. It is Damian Priest defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre, who is having himself quite a weekend. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that he made a surprise cameo appearance tonight at the ICW Independent Show over there in Scotland. He's no stranger to that promotion. He was the first wrestler ever inducted into I think it's the Scottish Sports Hall of Fame, I believe. I don't know what the exact title is. That was a huge honor for him. He's in his homeland. He is challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event, and the one person that means more to him than anything else is not even going to be there. He's got that on his mind as well. His wife is back home here in the States getting emergency surgery. And he didn't say what the emergency was. He didn't specify. Emergency could be something super serious, or it could just be like a minor issue, but it was an emergency procedure. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but that's got to be tough to be halfway across the world and your wife is back home having surgery and you can't be there. So if that's the case, I'm sure that he's going to be on the first flight home as soon as that show is over tomorrow. But he's got a title to win, because the last time we came to Clash at the Castle, they were in Cardiff, Wales, and he got screwed by the Bloodline out of the WWE Championship. Would they screw this man over twice, only this time in his home country? Yes, I think they could. CM Punk, I think, is there. Somebody spotted him, so we know he's there. He told us he was going to be there. He threatened to jump out of a bowl of haggis. So yes, I fully expect to see CM Punk there, even though the Judgment Day, based on Raw Monday night, when McIntyre beat Finn Balor, they are banned from ringside. Now, we can quibble and say that technically Carlito is not part of the Judgment Day, so maybe he could show up. Liv Morgan is playing all kinds of mind games. She's not part of the Judgment Day. Maybe.
Well, that don't make any sense.
Right? Maybe that plays into a Damian Priest loss. All we know is that the Judgment Day itself is banned. Nobody said anything about CM Punk. I think CM Punk is going to attempt to involve himself in this. I don't think it's going to work. I think that Drew McIntyre is going to leave Scotland as the World Heavyweight Champion. I still don't believe that he is going to walk into, or Clash of the Castle, I still don't believe he's going to walk into SummerSlam as the World Heavyweight Champion. So I'm predicting a win here, likely dropping it back at Money in the Bank because of Punk. You get McIntyre and Punk Part 1 at SummerSlam. It doesn't have to be for the time. But I do think they're going to give him his moment here on the show. And I think they should. Now, CM Punk would get...
Now, what's the point of that? Give CM Punk, give Drew McIntyre his moment on this pay-per-view to have him be a transitional champion and drop it right back to Damian Priest? Because CM Punk had no business being in the World Championship. He hadn't done shit. He'd been out for over a year. He'd been out for like half this year. And you can't justify him getting a title shot. He's not winning. So what? He wins the title. So Drew wins it from Damian Priest. And then he drops it at Money in the Bank thanks to CM Punk, making him a transitional champion. If that's the case, then keep the belt on Damian Priest. CM Punk should screw him over. Drew McIntyre loses again, so we can build up Punk and Drew for SummerSlam and build up Damian Priest as champion and have him drop it to Gunther. Enough of the transitional champion because he's making the title worthless. I don't want to see a hot potato with the title. And if you do that, kind of just on Damian Priest's title reign. You gave him the belt for 2 months, have him drop it to Drew McIntyre, but to win it back, and then drop it to Gunther. That means when Gunther wins it, he should not be a transitional champion. Gunther is your long-term champion. Drew McIntyre is the transitional champion. Damian Priest is your transitional champion till SummerSlam. Gunther is your long-term champion. He should be champion going into WrestleMania next year. And that's it. Now we'll have to wait and see. If Drew McIntyre wins, it has to be in a screwy way. It can't be clean because who is he defending against at Money in the Bank? You're not building up CM Punk and Drew McIntyre for the title. It doesn't need to be for the title because there's no business for it. There's no business being for the title. CM Punk had no business being in a title picture. And you're not going to do Punk versus McIntyre when they're both heels. And I don't want to see Gunther lose to Drew McIntyre. I much rather see Gunther beat Priest than McIntyre. That's what I think.
Nuclear heat, he ends up screwing this guy over. But I just don't see that happen. So that's the card. Again, Triple H keeping it tight. Small number of matches. Here we got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. 5 matches. And long entrances, but it should be a hot crowd in the Hydro. They're going to be attempting to set their all-time arena gate record, which would break the record they set in France last month. Hopefully this time, if they break the record, they don't talk about it in the middle of the ring and have everybody in the building go, yay! For being charged an arm and a leg. Yeah, I saw Meltzer said something and I was checking to see. But again, it's just funny to me too. Answer on X. 5% thumbs up, 20% thumbs in the middle, 13% thumbs down for tonight's SmackDown show. At Solomonster on X is where you can vote.
Rumor has as the one Mark Henry did on.
Alright, now I can go to JD from New York. Let me show you JD from New York. I'll show you his channel and his review on how he reviews SmackDown. I cannot wait for Clash in the Castle. only 5 matches. If the pre-show was gonna be 2 hours, there had to be a match on the pre-show, at least one match or something. Maybe a tag team match. I don't know. How do you have a 2-hour pre-show and not have a match on it?
Don't really care about anything on Friday night. And I'm not here to make excuses about who's out and who's missing and who's not on TV and all this other nonsense. SmackDown is fucking boring. It really is. And I don't want to sit here and shit on the whole show because there were some parts about tonight's show that I did enjoy. But I gotta be honest with you guys, really, from a fan's point of view, from me who has done this for several years and has watched the WWE product from the lowest of lows to the middle of the road to the highest of highs, this show is fucking boring.
I know, right?
There's nothing on this show I care about outside a handful of things. Seriously. They opened the show tonight with Naomi and Chelsea Green. It's a go-home show. The fuck do I care about Naomi and Chelsea Green in the open of the show?
Exactly.
You want to get me excited about the pay-per-view? You open the show with something I legitimately care about, not Naomi and fucking Chelsea Green. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares.
Exactly.
It is bottom of the barrel garbage. Then we go on, and on the same show, we get Nia Jax versus Mia Yim. Who cares?
Yeah, that went 3 minutes.
And then the match lasted 1 minute.
Really? I thought it was 1 minute? Or was it 2 or 3 minutes? I don't know. It was a squash match. Nia Jax squash Mia Yim. Who gave a shit? I get they trying to protect Nia Jax and both her dominant because she getting her title shot at SummerSlam, but nobody cares.
Mia Yim has been on NXT more than she has been on the main roster, and she's wrestled more this year alone on the last several episodes of NXT than she has on Friday nights. Why the fuck is she even on television if all you're going to do is give her 60 seconds of television time?
Exactly.
Shit is fucking garbage.
Exactly. Nothing important.
Like, I get Nia Jax is the number 1 contender. I get Nia Jax is wrestling Bayley. Because Bayley ain't losing the championship tomorrow afternoon. She's wrestling Bayley at SummerSlam. Fantastic. Fantastic. Can we do something else with Nia Jax that maybe is a great follow-up to her winning Queen of the Ring? Who gives a shit? Then we get Apollo Crews and Santos Escobar. All right. I'm a big Santos guy.
Me too.
Where has Apollo Crews been for the last 4 years? Longer than that. I'm being generous. Where the fuck has Apollo Crews been since he got called up from NXT? Let's be a little bit more real.
The guy been in catering. The guy been on main event. He hadn't done shit. Damn, last time he would be great was during the pandemic. 3-4 years ago.
He's been in catering with Cedric Alexander and Ashante Adonis and Baron Corbin and all the other guys for the last 5, 6, 7 years. Now, how long has he been there?
Exactly.
This guy is absolutely ice cold as anybody in recent memory on WWE. Now they're trying to weasel him onto television and pretend like he's been there the whole fucking time. Let me tell you something, man. You keep someone off television for that long and you give him nothing but losses, nobody is going to fucking care about Apollo Crews. No matter how good Apollo Crews is. And he's great.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to give a single fucking shit about anything Apollo Crews does. And you got him in there with Santos Escobar. But hey, at least Legado del Fantasma isn't feuding with another Mexican faction.
But haven't they been ice cool? What the fuck are they doing on SmackDown? Coming out the feud with LWO and Rey Mysterio. They haven't done jack. Apollo Crews, we have not cared about Apollo Crews in 3-4 years. Since he was the Intercontinental Champion. And they told that great story with the Nigerian, the story he had with him being Imperial Commander Aziz. But since they brought that up, Apollo Crews have been pretty much nothing on SmackDown.
They leveled up. Baron Corbin hasn't had a fucking match outside one, right? Has he had one match since being drafted over from NXT, being moved back to SmackDown?
Yeah.
One match. Where is he? What is he doing?
Nothing.
Fucking lazy. Absolutely lazy. Get this guy out of the chat. RJ Famous, get him out of the chat. What the fuck is this spam? Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna look over at the chat and disrupt my rant. Meanwhile, I see fucking beats spam in the chat. Get out. I'm gonna be honest with you guys about the main event. Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline. All right, I'll give you that. They're waiting and waiting and waiting until Jimmy Uso gets back and Roman Reigns gets back, and maybe we get Jey Uso coming over from Monday Night Raw to play a part in this Bloodline versus Bloodline Civil War. I gotta be honest with you, man. I am fucking tired. I am so tired of the same retread over and over and over and over again. How many times do we need to see a main event on this show? Let me start here. A main event on this show that does not include a fucking title or a top program. Why does it always resemble what I saw week after week after week after week? No matter who's running the fucking show, it feels like fucking Groundhog's Day on this show. I don't want to see another Solo Sikoa and Kevin Owens match. I don't. I don't give a fuck if Randy Orton came back or not. I don't give a single solitary fuck. I am done.
Exactly. No, nobody's interested in that. We've seen enough of Solo and Kevin Owens. I'm actually over Kevin Owens battling the Bloodline every single week on SmackDown. Shouldn't we be done with that? Why? Because they can't find no one else for the Bloodline to feud with? Well, that's their own fucking problem. And what's really sad is that this was Solo's first big win since November. This is Solo's first singles match. Last time Solo Sikoa won a singles match with John Cena at Crown Jewel in November. We are now in June. Because every other match, he lost every other match on SmackDown, whether no DQ or something else. So this was his first big singles win since November. That's crazy. That's kind of ridiculous. And I'm supposed to take this guy seriously as the new tribal chief and the new bloodline. Man, can we just do something with these?
I'm done. Wake me when Roman returns.
Exactly. Every single week, we keep hearing the crowd chanting, "We want Roman." Roman Reigns is definitely needed for SmackDown. SmackDown fucking boring. Even when Cody Rhodes is the champion, it's still not saving the show, and that's just sad. Cody Rhodes is your guy, is your number one babyface on the show. He's your world champion. Even he's not doing enough to save this fucking show. Same thing with LA Knight. I mean, I'm just setting up LA Knight and Logan Paul, but Logan Paul not on TV. We have to wait for that. That's gonna take a while. But Jesus Christ, man, SmackDown is the same old shit. At least Monday Night Raw is interesting, but SmackDown is just awful.
Without Paul Heyman, this Bloodline 2.0 shit is in the fucking garbage.
Exactly.
And Tama Tonga has been a great addition to the Bloodline. I think he's been fantastic since debuting with the WWE. But outside that, I couldn't give a single fuck. Wake me when Roman Reigns comes back. Wake me when Jimmy Uso comes back. Wake me when you finally introduce Jacob Fatu and inject some fucking light into this dead program on Friday night.
And also, please make sure that you wake me with The Rock. The Rock should be coming back. Now he may be injured based on the movie he was shooting. Hopefully not. Hopefully he doesn't see it. But hopefully The Rock comes back, so we can start feuding with Cody Rhodes and start telling the Bloodline story. Hopefully. Because we keep seeing the same old shit. It is nothing but rinse and repeat garbage. Yeah.
Wake me when Randy Orton is not battling the bloodline and we're developing some fucking story on this show with Cody Rhodes.
Exactly.
LA Knight. Let's start with the good. Or let's go to the good. We started with the bad. Let's go to the good. LA Knight and Logan Paul. They're clearly to a United States Championship match. Fantastic. When, where? I don't know. Could be at Money in the Bank. Could be at SummerSlam. We could get a 2-match program out of it. I don't know. But Logan Paul was legitimately in a Tetris competition. I thought this was all fucking troll. There is a real thing out there about natural Tetris fucking competition. I didn't know about that. They showed this guy, they videoed this guy at the fucking Tetris competition in California somewhere. And here I am thinking it was a fucking joke. So they filmed him, he left, he got back home to Puerto Rico, and he walks outside, and in his pool is LA Knight, sipping a cold beverage, on a floaty, and he's just laying there, lounging there. No punches were thrown. He gets out of the pool. He's like, "Hey man, I waited for you. Listen. I'll be in Chicago next week. You bring the United States Championship. I'll see you there, man. Yeah."
Yeah.
So that's good television.
I'm like, yo.
That's good television, man. LA Knight has got a thing, man. You piss him off,
And
and you dodge him.
Yo.
He'll show up at your fucking home.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. He showed up at AJ's home. Now he showed up at Logan's home. It's good stuff. Speaking of AJ and Cody Rhodes, nice face-to-face tonight for the go-home for their WWE Championship match tomorrow afternoon at Clash of the Castle.
That was the only good thing on this show. Was AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes, and even they couldn't save this show. That was the middle of the show, by the way. But Jesus Christ, man. After Clash of the Castle, I'll be sad that the feud now coming to an end, because what did Cody Rhodes do coming out of Clash of the Castle going to Money Bank in SummerSlam?
Good stuff. Good dialogue. Cody's intensity. High quit match taking place tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Had some controversial takes on Tuesday Night Titans with me and Salamonster. I enjoyed it. Outside that, literally, nothing else I care about.
Yeah.
DIY is supposedly going after the tag team championships. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Apparently they're teasing a breakup of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. I don't know, man. I don't know who wants to see them broken up. I don't know why you would break up a tag team after splitting the fucking titles at WrestleMania. And I don't know who's clamoring to see babyface Austin Theory.
Who asked for that?
Who wants to see that? I know I don't.
That don't make any sense, and that's not gonna help Austin Theory. After all the work that you did, what Vince did, but Triple H did, Austin Theory is a natural heel. You want to turn him babyface? I hope not. And how the fuck is that gonna work when he ain't gonna be in the mid card? He ain't gonna have the world title. He's not gonna get over, especially when that Cody Rhodes and LA Knight. Sure.
Why do we need to see babyface Austin Theory? His team with Grayson Waller is probably the best thing that's happened to him creatively on the main roster since he's been here.
Yeah.
Outside that, this show sucks. You enjoyed SmackDown, God bless you. If you were in attendance tonight in Glasgow, Scotland, God bless you. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
From what I watched, this was a fucking waste of my night.
Exactly.
I could be doing anything else. Yet I opted to watch SmackDown because I have to be here. If I didn't, I would not have watched SmackDown.
Yeah.
Largely unimportant.
Yeah.
And I wish I didn't have to sit through this show tonight. It didn't do anything to get me excited about tomorrow afternoon. And I'm telling you guys this right now. The WWE summer lull is nothing new. WWE going on autopilot for the whole summer is nothing new. We had to sit through some really offensive summers with Vince McMahon in charge. And I swear to God, I'm giving till after Clash of the Castle. Supposedly, we got some big plans coming up. And I'm not going to judge the product completely for the duration of the summer based off what we've been given so far. I understand that there's injuries, and I understand that there are people off the television right now for one reason or another. I get it. But the WWE is better than that. Just like the years of old, they're relying on the tried and true. They're relying on the old guard. Oh my God, Roman Reigns is not on television. What are we going to do? The sky is falling. Oh my God, The Rock, he's not going to be back till next WrestleMania season. However, will we fucking cope? Charlotte Flair is off of television. How are we going to humanize everyone? Jimmy Uso is off television. How are we going to tell a bloodline story? So on and so forth. The WWE Summer Blues are nothing new. If you are now all of a sudden realizing that WWE programming is all of a sudden boring, this is nothing new, man. I've been here in the trenches for fucking how long now? Talking about this shit every fucking year. It's been a lot worse than what we're getting now. But I'm going to give it till after Saturday. Supposedly Monday, we're getting the Wyatt Six. Supposedly. Vignettes, or at least a glimpse of who the fuck is in the group. Drew McIntyre is back on TV fully. CM Punk is probably going to be on the show tomorrow night in some way, shape, or form. He's going to be back on television full time. Then after that, we got SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, qualifying matches for Money in the Bank. Gunther's going to be the new World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins will be back on television. Rhea Ripley will be back on television. I hope all of these things naturally happen and we get at least some of the summer salvage. Right now, nothing seems important.
Exactly.
You can sit there and give me a Chad Gable, Sami Zayn storyline. That's great. Great. And they've done a fantastic job with that. Braun Breaker's been a fucking standout on Monday night. Ilya Dragunov, standout. Great stuff. Liv Morgan and her story with Dominic Mysterio and what's going on with the Judgment Day. That has been excellent stuff. But it's very difficult for me to find anything like that on Friday night. There just isn't. And stop blaming Triple H. Stop. He's not innocent in everything. But I'm going to give him at least a chance. And then I'm going to go nuclear. After Saturday, if we don't start to see shit pick up, I'm going to fucking start blaming him and his entire administration. Because this shit is getting out of hand. This shit is boring. If you enjoy this shit, then your standards are fucking as low as any. With this roster and with this type of leadership, we should not be getting the level of shows that are this boring.
Exactly.
Seriously. Something needs to be done to shake up the establishment. Something needs to be done to elicit some fucking excitement here, man. I can't sit here on the Friday night and waste my fucking life with this fucking boring. It's boring. They did nothing to enhance the show tomorrow night. Nothing. Oh yeah, we sold 11,000 seats at $700 a pop. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I pray to God that Triple H knows what the fuck he's doing after Clash of the Castle. I swear to God. Because I can't take this shit anymore.
I can't either.
WWE's boring. AEW is fucking absolutely clueless. Clueless. Don't get me started on them. They're just as boring. Literally no life outside MJF on that fucking. Been down 5 hours of television. You got one guy who's the most exciting thing in the entire company. Will Ospreay is another one. But what are they doing with him? We're going to wait till Clash of the Castle. We'll see what happens after Saturday. Thank you guys for joining me on this Friday night, man. We're going to try and get through this post-show the best that we can, honestly. offensive. Crowd was very mild, honestly. They were more hot for Bayley, honestly, than the competitors in the ring. So we go and pick it up after the commercial break. That era. Doudrop, everything Doudrop did, even Marie took credit for. So when Chelsea says they will be the WWE Women's Champion, I interpret that as, well, no, you're not, and stop trying to leech off of somebody's big moment.
Exactly.
Again, I don't care. WWE is running out of options in the women's tag team division. Jade and Bianca have nobody else left but themselves. And the act of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven is the drizzling shits. It sucks. I'm sorry. If you're mildly entertained by Chelsea Green, you have the humor of a fucking 4-year-old. Ridiculous. She's so much better than what they're presenting her as. She's so much better than what we're getting in the ring. I thought Chelsea Green is the hot mess on NXT or on the Indies, whatever she was doing in TNA, Impact. That's the Chelsea Green that I need to see on WWE television. This shit is fucking garbage. I will say, during Chelsea Green's intro, they now have piped in Samantha Irvin permanently to do the overdub, the voiceover for Chelsea's theme song. It's Chelsea Green. That's great. Great. Nice touch. It's probably the most over thing about the whole Chelsea Green act. Moving on. Bayley is not losing the championship, by the way. Bayley and Piper Niven. Hopefully they are given some time. Hopefully the crowd in Scotland welcomes Piper Niven very warm. But Bayley is not losing that championship. No way. Bayley could lose the championship going into SummerSlam against Nia Jax, but Bayley's not losing to Piper Niven. And what has Bayley done with this women's championship since she's won it at WrestleMania? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. WWE Creative, again, dropping the ball on Bayley. I don't know why to come up with some story. We have writers. How many of you exist? I get that Triple H wanted to do something cool for Piper Niven. Hey, we're going to put you in the women's championship match in your hometown in front of your friends and family. Fantastic. Nobody believes she's going to win. They'll try and make it believable. But what have we done with Bayley and the women's championship? Has there been anything of substance since she's won the title? Even that, when she won the title, felt flat. Everybody saw it coming from a mile away. And the feud with Damage Control didn't really light the world on fire either. Fucking feud was empty before we even got started. Now Bayley's title run is boring, just like everything else on this show. She feels absolutely like a non-factor, unimportant. But what are we going to do? I dare WWE to book anybody on this show like a true star, not named Charlotte Flair or Bianca Belair. It is truly impossible for them to book for anybody else if you're not Charlotte Flair or Bianca Belair.
Man, when Charlotte Flair comes back, oh, you know she's gonna be the champion going into next year's WrestleMania. I'm already predicting that. You know, oh, it's Charlotte Flair. She's gonna be 15-time women's champion. How many title wins does she have? You know, when Charlotte comes back, she's gonna be in that title picture. She'll be champion next year's WrestleMania. I don't know when she comes back. She may come back after SummerSlam. Oh, you know what's happening? I know it may be after SummerSlam, I think. Ain't no Charlotte gonna be champion. I don't want to see it, but what do I know?
It's pretty fucking sad.
Yeah.
Bianca's been a mainstay on Friday night, and Charlotte, unfortunately, is injured right now. But when she gets back, she'll probably end up being the fucking world champion without even wrestling a match for the last 9 months.
Yeah.
It is so difficult for this fucking company to book anybody else unless it's Becky or Charlotte or Bianca. It is fucking sad.
Yeah. Now Becky's taking time off. Becky's a free agent. She's taking time off to be with her family. Charlotte, she's injured. Bianca, she's the tag team champion, so she's not gonna be champion for a while. Who else? Bailey? Now Bailey's been there for a while. She's had her time. Nia Jax.
Said,
Now Nia Jax haven't built a lot better on the result.
I hope I'm wrong. Seriously.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Liv Morgan ain't lighting the world on fire in the ring either, but if I was to compare women's champions, Liv Morgan's actually coming off better than Bayley's. And she ain't even wrestling.
Yeah, because Liv Morgan has a great storyline with Dominic Mysterio. Is that the interesting? People love it. I'm more interested. And this sets up a big storyline with her and Rhea. Man, Rhea really being out for all these months is hurting that woman's division on Monday Night Raw. I mean, she had a decent title reign, and having to relinquish the title because she was injured. Now she's out. She's off TV. It's really hurting that division.
She's in something far more interesting. Bayley's in nothing.
Exactly.
A dead cold match with Piper Niven. The only reason why she's on the show is because she's Scottish. What is she doing at Money in the Bank? And Nia Jax. I doubt she gets through Nia Jax. Nia Jax has been pushed to the fucking moon. You can see where they're going with that. Creatively inept. Even still in the women's division. You think things change? Vince being out. Apparently not. We got a video recap of Apollo Crews being attacked by Legado del Fantasma last week. All of a sudden, Baron Corbin's in the back with Nick Aldis. Corbin's there saying he appreciates the opportunity and said he got himself right in NXT. Really? You got yourself right in NXT. When exactly was the WWE draft? In April? Last week of April, first week of May, right? It's now June 15th. Baron Corbin has had one appearance on Friday Night SmackDown, but he got himself right on NXT, right? So right that they used him once in 2.5 months.
Didn't he wrestle
Love
Carl
to
Hayes?
see.
He only had one match on SmackDown since he went back.
Legado del Fantasma arrived and interrupted his meeting with Nick Aldis
Don't know why.
and asked Corbin if this was charity time. Corbin questioned them. This is not charity. You question me again, I'm going to kick your ass. Aldis says he would catch up with Corbin later. Aldis said that Legado was fined for their actions last week against Apollo. No number amount was given. Depending on Apollo's status in the company, it was probably for a piece of tiramisu cake in catering. He said that next time it will be much worse. Oh boy. Oh man. So let me tell you something. The tiramisu is top tier for Titus. You don't want his blueberry cobbler. Apparently it's not up to standard. They're saying. Santos Escobar asked about Cruz. Aldis said that Cruz is cleared to compete. Escobar said, oh yeah, that's great. Well, I'm going to fix that. He told Aldis to let Cruz know he would wrestle him tonight. Great job. Chat's asking, where's Giovanni Vinci? I have no fucking idea. Maybe he's trying out for the new James Bond movie. Maybe he's off on a remote island in Italy somewhere, drinking a glass of Chardonnay. I don't fucking know where the fuck he is. Where is he? Where is Giovanni Vinci? Is he shopping for a new Rolex? Is he buying a new Lamborghini? Where the fuck is he? Where is he?
I know, right?
I don't know where the fuck he is. Where's Dijak? I don't fucking know.
That's the other thing that pisses me off. Dijak was drafted to Raw. We haven't seen him. He hadn't even made his Raw debut yet. Is he on main event? Is he doing dark matches? Is he doing house shows? Where the fuck is Dijak? Why is he on TV? And where's Death Delumis? Where the fuck is Death Delumis? Is he gonna be in the Y-Assist this week on Monday? If he's not, then I don't know what the fuck he's doing Death Delumis. The guy's not been on TV for over a year now. Last time we saw him on TV was back in March when he was with Gargano and Indy and Candice. But they haven't been using him. He's been on TV. They don't know do with Dexter Loomis. What the fuck is he? Dijak, we have a serious problem. I think Dijak should stay on NXT a little bit more and gone after some title, maybe the North American title or the NXT title, at least build him up. I don't think he should have been called up to Monday Night Raw. And he's not being used, which is the fucking problem. What are we doing with Dijak? I mean, why call up these people if you're not going to use them? Like, what's the point?
These are solid questions. Where is Vinci? Where is Dijak?
With Dexter Loomis.
Man, oh man, with all the injuries and all the fucking missing talent on both shows, you would think that they'd use somebody like Dijak.
And I love Dijak.
They showed a video package on Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair flexing their muscles. Thank you. Glad I wasted my Friday night watching a video package on Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair flex their muscles. They're defending the tag team championships, the women's tag team championships, against Isla Dawn, Alba Fire, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. And riveting stuff, I know. Telemonster and I discussed that there is a high probability that Triple H could do a title change tomorrow afternoon for the women's tag team titles. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire sitting right next to Apollo Crews and Catering for most of their main roster stay. They could walk out the new tag team champions. Now, he said it, and he went over a very heartbreaking story about Alba Fire. And I believe a car crash took her mother's life, I believe, is what he stated. Now, she's from that part of the country, and she's in the tag team title match. She's going to have friends and family and relatives sitting by ringside watching her. There's a high probability that Triple H could do the title change. Now, he also said this, because we both believe that Bayley is going to retain the women's championship. Piper Niven is also in this situation where she's wrestling. She's from Scotland. She's the women's championship. She ain't winning. Drew McIntyre more than likely is going to walk out as the WWE champion, or maybe not, depending on how CM Punk plays this out tomorrow. There is a high probability that Drew McIntyre doesn't win the WWE championship. Who knows? So if Triple H goes into this show and none of the hometown crowds get a Scottish native to win a championship or win a match tomorrow, what type of homecoming is that? Honestly. I could see Damian Priest retain the title. I could see Bayley retain the title. And then Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, I could see them win the tag team titles because they don't necessarily have to pin Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. And then they'll just run the match back at Money in the Bank. Who gives a shit? It's the tag team titles.
I know,
Why
right?
not? Why not shake things up a little? You know? Grayson Waller. He's standing there with Austin Theory, his tag team partner, and one half of the tag team champions. Austin Theory asked where all the plants were, the greenery. Waller said, not even fake plants can live in Scotland. They can't even grow them here. Waller let the crowd know that he can't understand their chants because he speaks English. The crowd booed. Waller introduced DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. So Waller and Theory sat at the table in the ring. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano got in the ring, and there was only one chair for both of them. So Ciampa threw the chair out of the ring. Waller said the chairs were expensive. They can only afford one. Ciampa said he understood the game with only one chair for two of them. Ciampa asked what Theory was doing there. That Grayson Waller is just using him. And they mentioned that through the first couple of moments of dialogue here. Well, why are you sitting here? It's the Grayson Waller effect. Why is your name not on the graphic? It says Grayson Waller. It doesn't say Austin Theory. So they're trying to create some dissension between the tag team champions. He says he had the show long before he was in a tag team. Waller says they're a team now, and he would take a bullet for Austin Theory. He said Theory took a shot for him last week, and he would do the same. I questioned Waller, and then threw the big screen to some footage from last week on SmackDown. They slowed the footage down, and it showed Waller pulling Theory in the way of a Gargano dive on the outside. Waller says that wasn't the real footage. It was AI generated. Great. He says it isn't taking advice, or he isn't taking advice from Tommaso Ciampa. Why am I going to take friendship advice from someone like Tommaso Ciampa, which is a throwback to what he did to Johnny Gargano back in the Black and Gold days? Nobody wants to be on Tommaso Ciampa's bad side. Don't cross Tommaso Ciampa. Sicilian psychopath. So Waller says they didn't show that I actually won the match last week, because he did beat Johnny Gargano. It was actually a pretty good match, too. Waller says that's what he in theory do. They win. Ciampa put over the crowd and says they didn't come to watch Waller's talk show. Ciampa said the crowd came to see a fight for the tag team title. Ciampa said the match should be tonight. Gargano asked Theory and Waller what they thought. Waller says they would defend, or they would not defend the titles in a place like Glasgow. So Waller said DIY is trying to drive a wedge between both of them, and it will not work. Gargano said DIY is coming for the tag team titles. Gargano said everyone is sick of hearing from Waller and Theory. Gargano says they go way back a long time. He's always believed in Austin Theory. Gargano told Theory that Waller is using him and that he doesn't need Grayson Waller. Waller then attacked Gargano and took him down. Ciampa took down Waller in revenge. Theory beat up on Ciampa. Waller saved Theory. Gargano went for a super kick, but Waller clearly pulled Theory in the way. Waller escaped, and Ciampa took down Theory with a big knee. Ciampa and Gargano posed with the tag team titles to end the Grayson Waller effect. WWE is continuing to tell you that they are potentially splitting Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, and I thought it was actually going to happen when they took the belts off of them. But apparently they're teasing that with them as the tag team champions. I don't really know why. But Theory, apparently the vibe that I get is that they may be teasing Austin Theory all of a sudden waking up and realizing that Johnny Gargano is correct and Grayson Waller is using him, and we're building towards a split, and then an Austin Theory babyface run. Now, there are a couple of people online, I posted this on Twitter, who wants to see a babyface Austin Theory run. I don't think I want to see it. I'm not ready to see it now anyway. The majority of the people said that it's probably what's best for him at this point. I have to ask why. Why? WWE has enough babyfaces. Why do we need Austin Theory to be a babyface? How many babyfaces on this show do we actually fucking need? There's one thing we need on this show. It's a fucking heel, not babyface. Grayson Waller is not the type of heel that I want to see build himself up right now away from Austin Theory. You know what works for them? Them as a heel duo. Austin Theory working as a babyface on this brand is not going to work. What the fuck is he going to do? We already have LA Knight. We have Cody Rhodes. We have Kevin Owens. We have Randy Orton. We have the Street Profits. We have a lot of different babyfaces.
Exactly.
What exactly is Austin Theory going to do if they turn him babyface and he's solid in the mid-card? By this point, LA Knight's going to be the United States champion, and what exactly is Austin Theory going to do? Why do we need another babyface? I don't care to see it. I don't think it's needed. I don't think it's going to work. Austin Theory's best work is with Grayson Waller. Believe it or not, they haven't done anything as a tag team. But why would you split him up to have him go babyface when he's got a good role right now with a good heater in Austin Theory and Grayson Waller? together. I don't really understand. Now, WWE could go a couple of ways here. Maybe they turn Austin Theory babyface, and maybe we get Randy Orton going heel a little sooner than people anticipated, because I do believe we're going to get Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. We could split Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, and Ciampa goes heel, while Johnny Gargano remains babyface. I don't know. That's the vibe that I was getting just a few weeks back. And Tommaso Ciampa was pissed off at Johnny Gargano because they failed to win a match. I could see them do that. I don't know why we're even in the realm of talking about splitting any fucking tag teams when they split the tag team championships to create two divisions. I don't think that's really productive of WWE. Why would we split the championships only to then split teams? They're teasing a split of the New Day. They already split Imperium. They're splitting potentially Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. There was a tease of a split between DIY. You're splitting all these fucking teams. Who's left in that division to actually care about? I don't know where they go. I really don't know where they go. But if there's one move that makes sense, because they failed at every other opportunity they've been given, maybe splitting Tommaso Ciampa and having him turn on Johnny Gargano is probably the best way to go. Because if you guys want to heal, you don't know what the fuck you're getting in Tommaso Ciampa. If you didn't watch his Black and Gold days, you have no idea what you're missing. That's probably the best thing to do. And it would be meaningful. Austin Theory right now, I don't think he needs to be babyface. Tommaso Ciampa going heel is probably the best bet of them all. And again, I need to say this because I'm not advocating for it. I don't want to see any team split. But if you're going to do one, DIY has been relatively ice cold. If anything needs a reset, it's both Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Why not do that? Johnny Gargano is probably better on his own, and Tommaso Ciampa is probably better on his own. The DIY experiment is stale. How many times are they going to go after a set of tag team titles? Kevin Owens was in the back. He was sitting on a production crate. B-Fab and the Street Profits walked up to him. Montez Ford said Owens has always had their back. Ford says they have a lot in common, and they all hate the bloodline. B-Fab said they have Owens back tonight against Solo Sikoa in the main event. Great. Santos Escobar. He made his way out with Angel, Berto, and Electra Lopez. He was getting ready to go one-on-one with Apollo Crews. Before we got that, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller were in the back. Grayson Waller was still complaining about DIY. They transitioned the camera shot to Bayley and Naomi. And then all of a sudden they bumped into Blair Davenport, who we've yet to see in a match on Friday night. Davenport said it was interesting, and she really kind of mocked Naomi about feeling the glow. I don't think anybody's feeling the fucking glow on Friday night. Davenport walked off after mocking. Officials appeared and told Chelsea Green, two great wrestlers here that are absolutely ice cold. Absolutely ice cold. Santos Escobar, after turning heel, has done nothing of note, and it was a great heel turn. They've done nothing with it. I could see Santos Escobar and LA Knight for the United States Championship at some point. I think that would be a great way to go. One-on-one with Apollo Crews. Like I said, I wasn't expecting this to happen, but it was pretty good. Both guys are great wrestlers. Crews started the match by attacking Escobar, landing a belly-to-belly suplex. Escobar quickly rolled outside. Crews followed him. The action still back into the ring and then back outside. Escobar kicked Crews. All of a sudden, Baron Corbin's knees hit, and Corbin ran out because Apollo was obviously in a disadvantage here with Legado. The name for it, but he got a cover, and it was a 2-count. We went to a commercial break after the standing was on. Show returned, and Escobar was working over Cruz. Escobar landed a shoulder block and a senton for a 2 count. Escobar kicked Cruz and hit a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. He kept control, arm bar. Cruz started to fight out of it, eventually landed a big splash. So they're back. 2 traded right hands. Cruz landed a pop-up death. Well, man, I didn't really expect us to be in a situation on Friday night where we have Baron Corbin and Apollo Cruz teaming up together against Legado del Fantasma. But I'll take it because Legado is not feuding with another Mexican faction. I don't know where Andrade is. Oh, that's right. Andrade is the WWE Twitter champion. They got poor guy Andrade sitting in the fucking crowd like a geek, waving to everybody in Scotland. He's got no spot on SmackDown, got no spot on the pay-per-view. They didn't continue what they did last week when Andrade was being courted by Legado and Angel was supposed to go fix it. Took the week off telling that story. Not one single mention of it. Don't know where we're going. Don't know what we're doing. I did not forget the QR codes. Who gives a shit about the QR codes? Why does anybody give a fuck about the QR codes? The QR codes lead us to Monday. The fucking reckoning is coming. Wake me when fucking Monday comes and we see some fucking Uncle Howdy presents. Who gives a shit? 3 months of QR codes. You guys are still fucking getting excited about QR codes. Just give me the fucking reveal already. But people trying to decipher or break this shit down. Who gives a shit? Give me the 6 people who are in the group and give me a fucking story. I don't give a fuck what's on the QR codes. I don't care.
Me neither.
Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin, man. Must see Friday Night Delight.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes. He's out there and he's waiting for AJ Styles so they can have a face-to-face for the WWE title match at Clash at the Castle on Saturday. The crowd was big time into Cody Rhodes. Big time into Cody Rhodes. Sang his entrance, did the big whoa. Everybody loved Cody. They were singing, "Oh, Cody Rhodes," or whatever they were doing. Chanting Cody's name in a sing-along. Cody Rhodes is in the ring with a microphone. He said he made the mistake of thinking Styles was actually going to retire a couple of weeks ago. Rhodes said, "No one wants to be that guy that overstays their welcome." Didn't he feel that way in AEW? Isn't that why he left to come back home? He overstayed his welcome. Or maybe he was driven out. Or maybe he realized that it was a sinking ship and he wanted to abandon the ship. It's probably more likely. That Styles is starting to look like that guy. I don't think so. I'd actually like to see more of AJ Styles. Crowd sang along for Cody Rhodes. Rhodes posed to the crowd because they were so loud. At this point in the show, WWE had a fucking sound meter in the bottom left. If you watch SmackDown, they had a sound meter in the bottom left corner of the television screen to record the decibels of sound that the venue tonight was making for Cody Rhodes during this set. WWE now breaking out the soundometer for the international crowd because they gotta pump something else up, and they got something else up, and they gotta brag about something else. Look at how loud our international crowds are. It's fantastic, great shit. You know they're gonna be loud. You don't need to throw it in everybody's face. I dare WWE to break this thing out. Break out the soundometer or whatever the fuck you call it. Break it out when next time you go and visit Little Rock, Arkansas, or Des Moines, Iowa, or Bumblefuck, Wyoming, or middle of nowhere, fucking Swampville, Missouri, or Kansas City. fucking crowds really show you as far as the soundometer. It'll be in the fucking negatives. So every time they go to fucking Little Rock, Arkansas, you can hear fucking crickets chirping in the distance. People are fucking pondering how they're going to be raising their chickens tomorrow morning instead of watching professional wrestling on a Monday night. Here's the thing. Let's break it out in Corpus Christi, Texas on Monday. See how loud they are. Ridiculous. The WWE, they don't expect to get flamed for a fucking stupid decision like that. Hey man, let's break out the soundometer and record the sound decibels of the loud international crowds. I dare you, break it out. Break it out in fucking Little Rock. I dare you. Please. Rhodes said that Styles has been given the impossible task of making Rhodes say the words, I quit. AJ made his entrance. He's out there with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Styles had a mic. Stopped at the ring. He didn't even get in the ring. He says it was easy to get Rhodes riled up. Styles said all he had to do was pretend to retire, and Rhodes lost his cool. The crowd, you barely at times could hear AJ Styles speak because the crowd was so loud. Obviously, the sound won't be recorded there being near 100% crowd. Sound decibels here. Rhodes asked Styles why he's so far away. That's a good question. With the sound of the audience, I could barely fucking hear him. And probably the same thing for Cody Rhodes. Rhodes told Styles to leave Anderson Gallows. He says he can't quit being phenomenal, though. Styles says he put his body on the line night after night. He then says he's done when he says he's done. A lot of people were wondering, well, why didn't they do AJ and Cody in Saudi Part 2? I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did. They opted to go with another match that was randomly thrown together, which has people questioning Cody's title run already, which is a fair assessment. Honestly, I don't blame any of you. AJ thrown together, Logan Paul thrown together. Even though both matches were really good, there's no story. The only reason why we got Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes in Saudi is because Saudi requested Logan Paul. You know why Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul was booked for King and the Ring. Don't be stupid. We know why. Is there a story? No. But you know where they are and where the show is taking place and why they did it. No matter if there was a story or not. That's the Saudi 101 booking situation. Throw somebody in there with a huge social media presence and who's a bigger star. Is going to want to see him, pay money to see. Logan Paul fits the bill. On a brand that includes Roman Reigns, who's out, and everybody else is the top star who's out. There's only one man that makes sense. They're not going to do Cody Rhodes versus Bobby Lashley in Saudi Arabia. They're not going to do Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles in Saudi Arabia. They're going to do Logan Paul. He's legitimately the only big name they have outside of Cody Rhodes. CM Punk is hurt. McIntyre was hurt. What did you expect them to do? I get it. No story. There was no story from AJ and friends. There's no story from Cody and Logan in Saudi. But now there's a story between Cody and AJ. They built something. So they went to Logan and then go back to AJ. I like it. At least they tried to make sense of the match at that time. And they did a retread. Yes, they copied themselves. It wasn't as memorable. It didn't come off as great as the one Mark Henry did on John Cena. But I liked it because they built the dialogue, they built the scenario, they built the scene, and they played it out. AJ lost to Cody. AJ lost to Randy in the King of the Ring first round match. AJ is feeling lost. He doesn't know what to do. He played it up for weeks. That he's directionless. He's lost. He doesn't know where he's got to be. He doesn't know what he's going to do next. So they a heel would do, and he played the babyface. And now we're getting a match out of it. Because he suckered the babyface into being mad and angry and wearing his heart on his sleeve, and he forced Cody into a rematch when realistically AJ Styles doesn't deserve another rematch. They did a very good job of building this match. It's legitimately one of the very few things on this show I actually care about. Now, going into Money in the Bank, what are they going to do with Cody Rhodes? I don't fucking know. No clue. Maybe we get a third match. Which brings us to tomorrow night. Cody Rhodes will wrestle AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. It's on the line there, and I quit match. It is very easy to think that, well, AJ Styles is not beating Cody Rhodes. I think everybody's got AJ Styles losing tomorrow night. You would not be wrong in saying that, because that's the way WWE's built both guys up. Cody's and AJ's a loser. We'll be on the show. What is he doing? Are we getting another one-off match? Are we getting another thrown-together match with no story? I don't want that. You don't want that. We don't need it. Cody certainly doesn't need it. So there's a third match in the works. I don't know. I hope there is a third match, because it would make sense. But how do we get a third match if Cody wins and makes AJ say I quit? I don't know. I have no clue. This is why I said on Tuesday when I was live with Solomon, when we went over the Clash of the Castle predictions, we both asked, if we get a third match out of it, how do we get it coming out of an I Quit match, and how do we get it if Cody wins? So I threw it out there. It's a hot take, it's a controversial take, some people might not like it. But what if Cody loses to AJ Styles tomorrow afternoon and we get some unpredictable fucking chaos, and WWE does the unthinkable and takes the WWE Championship off of Cody Rhodes? At least for 3 weeks. At least. Before you know it, we're going into Money in the Bank. WWE has done this countless times throughout the years. The biggest injustice of this type of booking was when Edge cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase inside an Elimination Chamber match and beat John Cena. He was the WWE Champion for 3 weeks. He then wrestled John Cena again at the Royal Rumble and lost the WWE title. John Cena won it back. I thought at that time that was ridiculous booking, but it was a hot shot booking decision that really injected some life into an otherwise flat show. It put Edge over and shocked the world. Sometimes that works. Sometimes that's needed. Is it ideal for Cody to come out of WrestleMania and already lose the championship this soon into his title run? No. But I don't know how many of you are wanting to see Cody Rhodes from WrestleMania to WrestleMania retain the WWE Championship for a 12-month period. You're already getting tired. You're already getting tired of Cody Rhodes. Don't lie to me. Some of you don't want him as the champion. Some of you wish that Roman retained. So why are you questioning me, thinking outside the box here? Would you rather Cody go into Money in the Bank and not be there? Would you rather Cody go into Money in the Bank and wrestle somebody like Bobby Lashley, who doesn't matter? Or would you rather WWE shock the fucking system for at least 3 weeks, rock Cody's world, take the title off of him, put it on AJ? What are they doing? How could they do this? What is AJ gonna say? 3 weeks is all I'm asking for. Then they can build to a first blood match, steel cage match, last man standing match, whole rope match, whatever the fuck you want to do. And Cody wins back. Get ready. Roman to get back, The Rock to get back. But if I had the pen, I'm booking Cody Rhodes to lose the WWE title tomorrow afternoon and put it on AJ Styles, at least for 3 weeks. Only for him to win it back. Now, JD, did I quit match? How do you reckon they say I quit for Cody Rhodes? The last time we saw an I Quit match, it was Edge and Finn Balor. The Judgment Day were feuding with Edge. This was, I believe, what show was it? It was in October at some point, right before their Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania 39. It was that fall before WrestleMania 39. Forgot the name of the show. Fastlane, maybe. And Edge said, "I quit because Beth Phoenix got involved." And he said, "I quit because they were basically torturing Beth Phoenix." Now, I don't know if this is going to come into play. And I don't know if she is going to come into play. But Cody's mother is going to be in attendance tomorrow night. Or tomorrow afternoon. William, get out of the fucking chat. I'm on WWE's payroll. Let me tell you something, you fucking retard. I've been shitting on this show all night. On what fucking planet do you get I'm on WWE's payroll? Because I liked one aspect of the show? Your fucking mother is on my payroll, and I'm having her do things that, let me tell you something, man. She's living up to every fucking day. Shut your fucking mouth. Cody's mom, that forces him to say I quit. Yes, it would be a retread and a rewrite of what they did with Finn Balor and Edge. When they already did that with AJ and Mark Henry, I get it. But what other option do you got? You don't have many right now. So again, I ask. Cody wins and goes into Money in the Bank against A, nobody, or B, a random opponent with no heat and no feeling and no emotion. Or you do plan B, AJ walks in to Money in the Bank as the champion and we get a rematch with Cody Rhodes. But the finish has to be elaborate, emotional, and absolutely worthy of the heel for AJ Styles. How, what, where, when, why? Every other question you want to ask. How we get there? I have no idea. But this is why WWE employs 30 writers. I'm sure one of them can come up with something unique and different and emotional. I have the pen on booking AJ to win the WWE Championship. God fucking knows this show needs something unpredictable to energize it. Because right now, it is fucking lifeless. Everybody who watched this shit and their time. Jax wins with a bonsai cut. Yeah! One bright spot in this entire angle for Bloodline 2.0. He's played everything that he's in perfect. Hellfire! Times. And I don't really care to see it again. It was not a bad game. I thought Solo held his own here. Kevin Owens is a miracle worker. He brought Solo Sikoa to a damn good main event. But that's all I can say, man. Outside this, I genuinely don't care about the match. I just want to know where we're going with this Bloodline story and when the next chapter is going to be. I feel like we're on the same chapter and we haven't turned the page yet in weeks. What are we doing and what are we waiting for and what's next? Clearly, Solo needs to look strong. Clearly, Solo needs to win. Randy Orton is nowhere to be found. He shows up here, helps Kevin Owens to ward off the bloodline. Kevin Owens loses. He had to lose. Solo cannot lose. Being the tribal chief, you cannot take a loss. Owens ran around the ring and took Solo. So, from this point on, we get Owens. Thank God that you came here late. Maybe you should have been here.
Well, my word is in the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. And until tomorrow, I will do Clash of the Castle. I will do my reviews and predictions. So, we did have AEW Rampage on Jeff Hardy leaves AEW and returns to TNA. Where should Ricochet go? The Rock will set WrestleMania 41? I hope not. Because I want to see that. Well, I might as well just end the video. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see y'all later. This is Jacob Cast 2024. Get ready for Clash in the Castle. McIntyre training. This was the Clash of Castle kickoff. That was this morning. Alright. I'll see y'all later.